gone. You're sent home. And
That's
Nagi and
right.
Lores definitely don't want to go home. So they're pouring on the damage. Wait a minute. I might have spoken too soon. Oh, no. Not like this. Not again.
Yeah, okay. Hammer ground pound goes through, and I am just over there holding my breath. I'm like, okay. Well, we saw DB do so well with so many hammer ground pounds in the previous set that I'm just expecting those to automatically hit, but that one does not. And we're going in here, and Kaio Bolinha doing
got
pretty
the recovery.
well.
Lores in trouble.
There they go. Monexo now here on. What are they on? Oh, I think it's the coach.
I like that. I absolutely love
Holding
that.
it down
Hit confirmed
Yeah.
that it was on your teammate, so you keep charging the signature to let them get out.
Yeah, there are some very cool signatures that work that way, and we just so happen to see it both players on the red team actually have a signature that works like that, right? With Koji on the sword.
Yeah.
And you end up hitting your teammate with the person to the side stick, you go, I'm waiting, and then you go out of the way, right? Because
You're
you
like,
don't
get
wanna,
away, get away, get
yeah,
away.
because it technically has 2 hits, and the first hit is before the charge, the second hit's after it. And you'll see Koji players will sometimes delay that long enough to get a little bit of extra force while it's still being true. But anyways, I digress. We've got ourselves an even-ish game here.
Yeah, I mean, stocks have been falling
stock.
pretty quickly. I mean, just even like a minute and 10 seconds in, 4 stocks were gone total across the board.
Ooh, nicely done from the red team here. Both Nagi and
Oh,
Lores
Lores?
trying to make it back.
There's enough wall space. These double maps, you may notice, it's slightly different than the Mammoth Fortress you might be fighting on in your 1v1 queues. That's because, hey, when we're in the doubles, it's not small Mammoth Fortress, it's just Mammoth Fortress,
Yeah,
so those walls significantly longer.
You can basically look at that necklace of teeth and bones there at the bottom right as the point where it's just like, that's what's holding the stage together, and in singles, it literally just someone just cut the rope. The rest of the stage just falls off, and you've got yourself small Mammoth Fortress. Lores trying to make it back. Nicely done by Nagi to be able to bring him right into the loving arms of Monexo there with that recovery against the shutdown. Lores goes down 3-2 now as Nagi is on the verge of having a pretty early knockout relative to everybody else on the screen. Let's see if they can hold on here. As man, they're just taking a ton of damage.
Oh, Monexo just so threatening in that space, even without swinging any attacks. Forced them both over to Kaio, so that way Kaio got the spear recovery. It's just you have to respect Monexo.
Yeah. Oh, and there they go.
Clean.
Almost simultaneously.
So
3 stocked by Monexo and Kaio Bolinha. Lores and Nagi struggling a bit. Equally, actually. There was only a 6 damage difference between how much they dealt that game. They were getting about the same amount of hits in and taking about the same amount of damage. It was just a struggle overall in game number 1. Really great job coming out from the red team.
He's just knockout after knockout. Ends up setting up the wide edge guard.
Oh, look at that down 6.
Oh, yeah. Look at this. One off the top,
Yeah.
one sniped on the side.
Yeah, Monexo was able to get the side signature gravity canceled. Maybe they would have been able to connect it off of that down signature, but the weapon toss afterwards was still a great confirm to be able to get that 1-0 lead for the red team. And now we're going into game number 2 back to Mammoth Fortress. And it looks like we've gone from one double axe team to the other. Off the double Taros to the double Bryn. Going into game number 2. So trying to see, like, okay, maybe a change of stats, signatures, and a secondary weapon will be a good enough change.
You know, they took a look at Kaio's spear from last game, and they're like, that looks good. I'll try that.
Yeah, that could be it. I mean, Kaio was looking pretty fantastic, and so far so good. Neutral stick, slide charge, hits. Oh, there was the clash, 3-way clash right there, right? Of everybody hitting each other at the same time, and miraculously, everybody's surviving as the neutral stick comes out from Kaio Bolinha, and that will take the stock off of Nagi, evening things up 5-5.
Lores went for the turnaround, but didn't manage to touch ground in the meantime. Paid for it with his stock. Kaio, the only one left on their initial stock.
Yeah. Recovery hits, he can't quite get the nair afterwards. Lores avoids getting hit by the pummel on the gauntlets and then picks up the axe. Nice. Okay, okay.
Oh, what?
We're
just swinging.
We're
just swinging now.
Right now. Like I feel like it's just bouncing all over the place, but okay. Going into this game, let's see if Nagi's able to survive a little bit longer here. Neutral stick misses there. Something about Poe that I think is really cool as a legend in general.
Is that side signature?
Well, okay.
It's pretty nice.
The side stick's really nice because if you miss it, you're not getting that punished, and if you hit it, well, it's got crazy force. But in particular, they have the same role. He has the same role with his neutral stick on both spear and gauntlets, where you're this anti-jump machine, and you can do it pretty reliably. And we saw him using it a few times here, where he's conditioning his opponents to stay on the ground. Whereas Koji, pretty good at punishing grounded opponents with just about everything except for the neutral stick on bow, I guess.
That is very true. Incredibly. Oh my gosh, caught them both.
How? I can't believe Kaio Bolinha is getting so much off of what I consider to be the hardest to use signature in Wushang's kit, to be honest. That down signature, I'm just kind of like, why use that when you could be side singing or whatever have you? But
Kaio's just got the magic touch.
That is for sure. And they've used it in so many different ways. We're utilizing all the properties, right? Actually hit a teammate, hold it for longer, or just hold it for longer to catch somebody off guard with the blast, or let it go right away to be able to get that knockout. But there goes Monexo. And right afterwards is Kaio Bolinha. It is so close. It's up to Nagi to be able to hold on to the stock as long as possible. And hopefully low-res can get some extra credit here because, it is a dicey 1v2.
I will say I think they got themselves this position on the back of Nagi, being able to survive while still being a presence in the game. A lot of times you'll see the player that's on their last stock red, they'll kind of play too far back in a support position and not really, oh my gosh.
He held that for so long, though. If Nagi didn't hold the side sig, I think that was the game. But he held the side sig, and then Kaio Bolinha gets the neutral sig on the jump read. Recovery's coming out, and low-res has no weapon, and Kaio Bolinha has advantage. Where's the weapon spawn going to be? Is he going to deny it? No. Nice pickup from low-res. 1v1. This is what I was talking about, that dicey 1v2, right? It just takes that one solid hit. I thought it was going to work. I thought it was going to work, but it was perfect space coming up from low-res with the ground pound to punish him.
Yeah, that's the thing. After that initial hand swirl, you're just open above and below.
Oh, man. Such great movement with the Poe. The side air's not enough. All right. Weapon tosses.
Oh, no, the umbrella.
Low-res went for the ground pound to the recovery, and low-res makes it back. Ground pound hits. Does not hit, rather.
Oh my gosh! How did he know? How did he know?
We were talking about the side sig a little bit earlier, and that is a great example of how good it is, right?
Yep.
Because if Kaio missed, you didn't have to wait for the rest of that animation. It's just the poke at the very beginning, right?
Yeah.
It's when the hit confirm comes through that you get the powerful hit. What makes that signature so darn good is that it's pretty safe to use on the edge of the situation like that. And just reacting to how many jumps they had left, so fantastic. Look at that. Look at that. He spot dodges. He goes like, okay, I guess I'll win.
Jeez, just in time. Perfectly timed dodge.
And the slide charge pivots that neutral signature. So it looks like he's dashing in. Low-res goes to reposition to deal something about it. But instead he turns around, takes down Nagi. What a fantastic play coming from Kaio Bolinha. And that is a win if I've ever seen one. Monexo very happy about that.
All right, they only managed to get 2 hits on it, but they had both low-res and Nagi caught in that team combo. So just any amount of damage that you're doing, just double it. Great teleport from Monexo to send Nagi wide. Red team really just running away with the damage lead. Oh my gosh. 25 seconds in, there's one stock, working on the second. Yep, sure enough, Monexo, unstoppable.
Oh, side air coming through. Let's see what Nagi's able to do. We're in game number 3 here. Kaio Bolinha and Monexo in the lead 2-0. Nagi and low-res were switched off of Teros in game number 1, but they decided to stick with the Brins in game number 3 because, I mean, by all means, game number 2 was winnable, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, Kaio Bolinha just definitely played out of his mind. Oh, man! The ladder combo, the neutrals thing at the end. Nagi and low-res showing that double Brin synergy.
It was a thing of beauty. It was an absolute thing of beauty. It's 4 stocks for each team, but look at how imbalanced it is. Monexo still on their first. Kaio, unfortunately, on their last. Got to avoid the team combo. Yep, falls just to the outside. Kaio lives to fight another day.
Oh, man. And now, downlight side air comes through. Nagi goes in for the recovery. Oh, man. Is just so difficult here. Okay, side air hits through, ground pound hits, low res goes down at the bottom. And even though Kaio Bolinha was on such a deficit, he's been doing an okay job, not taking too much damage. I mean, he was on 1 stock when Monexo was on 3, which is the polar opposite from the last game that we were just on.
Yeah, you see so many players in that danger zone. Kaio first to fall, Monexo and Nagi both deep in the red, but they've got 2 stocks apiece. Monexo really just needs to avoid his final stock getting a sandwich team combo.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty difficult here. I feel like Nagi and low-res have got this at this point. I mean, we saw that amazing comeback before, but I mean, when Nagi had this much damage on him, he had 1 stock, right? Like, it's 2 stocks now in this situation, so 3 stocks to 1 is super difficult. But let's see what Monexo was able to do on the bow.
Well, he hasn't gotten tagged too much for...
I guess if he takes down low res, there's a argument, right? Downsy comes through.
He's got the momentary power play.
Let's see if he can get...
I say power play, but it's just a 1v1.
Looks at that, and Loras just jumps away. And he's
like, not today.
Yeah, there's no reason to take that risk, no matter how confident you are in the 1v1.
Oh, that bow ground pound, though. That could be the factor. It has such incredible force, even at low damage, that Monexo could just turn this around on Nagi. Oh, he's hunting for it.
Ground pound hits. Down
that
air
disarm
hits.
beat out the recovery as well. Game number 2 going the way of Nagi and Loras. We got a 1-1. The 3-0 curse has been broken.
That is true. And man, you know, Monexo did pretty well in that 1v2, all things considered. Looking at how much damage low res had at the very end was pretty surprising to me, considering how long of a situation that was being in a 3v1. So let's see what happens in game number 3. As so far, the red team has been put into these last stock scenarios, whether it's Kaio or Monexo having to fight the 1v2 and just not quite able to or in one case, they were able to win the entire thing in that position. But if you're constantly being put into these 1v2 situations, it's not going to look good in the long run. Like, you can't just keep betting. I mean, I guess you can. It's not very smart, in my opinion, to keep betting.
You could keep betting, but if you keep losing, should you?
Yes. My opinion, when it comes to 1v2s, it's best to avoid them, right? You want to be in the situation where you're in
want
the
the
2.
consistency.
Yeah, right. Or at least get it to where all these stocks are being knocked off at the same time. So yeah, looking into that game, having Monexo be in that situation was pretty rough. Kaio Bolinha did go down like almost instantly to an amazing team combo though.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen again, I can imagine this next game going a lot closer.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Well, here we go. Mammoth Fortress once again run it back.
Let's see. Kaio on the spear. Try to land with that neutral air. Nagi and Loras doing a good job of controlling a center stage, and falling with that side air means that they're going to have even more damage coming out. And now Nagi finally taking something of damage, but low res. Leading Monexo stock. So well done.
I feel like that escalated so quickly. It didn't seem like they had any crazy combos. It was just like stray hits here and there, and then all of a sudden you're gone. And it's gone.
Ooh, side air hits into the side air of Loras. Uh-oh, that is not
That's the
good.
blender. Look at that.
Yeah.
And you're gone.
Neutralite hits. Side air whiffs. Monexo running back to the right side of the stage. Oh, those down sticks coming out from Kaio Bolinha not working out quite so well this time around. Neutralite hits. Side light comes through. And that recovery almost does it. Low res. Trying to go in for the side signature, and man, red team just seems to be falling apart at this point in the set. It was looking decently good for them in their first win, but man, oh man, it is 6 stocks to 3 now, and it could be 6 stocks to 2 at this rate.
Yeah, Laura's definitely just cutting up. Tons of damage going out. Nagi, first one to get knocked out from the blue team, but that massive lead still doing work for them.
Ooh, neutral sig hits.
Yeah, but again, is that a trade that you can afford to make?
Yeah. Well, Loras goes down. Kaio Bolinha has been doing a good job on his second stock here. Monexo, however, I feel like it's just a matter of time before they go down. Neutralite cider hits. Oh, that hurts. Oh
no.
I mean, that almost knocked out Monexo on its own there. Monexo running for his life, picks up a bow, but this is almost certainly going to the next game at this point.
Oh, yeah. 4 stocks to 1. Kaio Bolinha needs a miracle to make this work.
Yeah, not going to happen there. Oh, the recovery coming through. I feel like that was a little off the cuff there, considering that it was an unarmed combo coming out from them.
Yeah.
But that works out well, and Loras and Nagi are going to bring this to a game point at this rate.
Oh, with the bonk?
Yep.
Absolutely. 4 stock victory.
Fantastic job from Nagi and Loras, and the double Bryn working out so well. For them going into this set. Getting off of the Terrorist was just such a huge deal for them going forward. And now, game number 4.
Going into game 4.
2-1.
2-1, Nagi Lores with
no
the
switches.
lead.
Man, look at that. Yeah, these 1v2 situations are like, it's very nice for the winning team because you just be like, wow, you played so fantastic. It's interesting to me in those scenarios where it's like when it's 4-1, I'm like, ooh, yep, I've been there. You've been there. You gotta just do the best that you can and move on to the next game. And now we're on Mammoth Fortress, match point for Nagi and Lores. Let's see if Monexo and Kaio Bolinha can bring it in to a game 5.
Oh man, true combo all the way from side air to side air. You could tell because Lores was able to activate the directional influence and send himself downwards off of a side air.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that still was a ton of damage going his way, mounted in his first knockout. Red team starting to mount the comeback that they need for this set.
Side air hits, Silite, Nair comes through. Oh man, and that side air comes in. Kaio Bolinha gets the weapon throw down, holds on to the stock, and out 6 stocks to 4. Huge for the red team here. It's been a while since we've seen him in the lead like this.
Oh yeah. Went for the alley-oop, but Kaio scraping on by, back to stage, gets a little bit of a recovery hit, unfortunately bouncing around too much.
Ooh.
Look at the damage build.
I mean, at this point, I feel like it is in the red team's favor for Kaio just to go down. Stop letting Monexo take so much damage here. Monexo's in the red, and you spend so much time recovering that by the time you get back, Monexo's going to be gone on his last stock.
I mean, they already managed to knock him into the red.
Yeah.
So Nagi and Lores, they're looking for that seesaw action, you know? You knock out one of the opponents, and now you get that quality time alone in the 2v1.
Yeah, it is oftentimes, I feel like, in the favor of the winning team to let somebody just live on 3 stocks when they're so red that a simple neutralite will send them flying and it won't take them down, so that you could focus on the teammate. But now it's 3 stocks to 1. Shut down. Nagi is here on their last stock. Downlight downer hits through him, and Monexo is trying to get some extra damage in before they end up possibly going out.
Oh man, Kaio has really taken a beating from everybody on the field, including his teammate. That was so much damage so quickly. But now we're in that situation. It's last stock for everybody.
Ooh, ground pound comes through. Kaio Bolinha really taking a risk there. Side air hits. Oh no, Nagi has hit. Okay.
Oh,
Slide
cheeky.
That was cool because if it didn't work, they got back to the stage.
Yep.
Completely safe. And that's why that was so neat. There's a lot of creativity coming up from these slide charge neutral sigs from Kaio Bolinha in general. Neutral sig charges to cover that jump. Oh man, is it such an actually close game? Because if Monexo goes down a little early, that 1v2 could be really tough for Kaio.
Kaio was looking for the pogo, but he gets caught in the tosses.
Oh, it's so close. Even
somebody's
now,
gonna explode.
Oh!
Off friendly fire!
Oh.
Red team wins.
That
You know
is
that's gotta
rough.
burn.
Yeah.
That's gotta burn.
Yeah, that hurts for sure. Friendly fire and off of the one move in the game that I feel like lasts like 5,000 frames.
Yeah.
so it's just like your opponent can just decide what it is that they want to knock you out with.
It's like, all right, let's line up and let's set that up.
Oh. Yeah, so I knew that double Taros game didn't evaporate. That was game 3.
All right, you were right.
Yeah, but you know, it's okay. Going into that, so that was a game 3 victory coming out from Kaio Bolinha and Monexo. So they were able to take it 3-2 in a game 5 scenario.
There you go.
It was game 5 the entire time. Yes, so
Well, you against production is now 1-0.
that's true.
We'll see how that goes.
That's
We'll keep
true.
that
Yeah,
tally
well,
running.
you
I
know.
don't know. They're not going to keep the
I was
tie.
like-
They're going to
I was
scrub
like
it. I can
I
hear
was
Toast
sitting- I was sitting there
in
the
the back
entire
room
time
right
being
now.
like, what?
Delete it. Delete
I
it.
swear we
Scrub the
watched
drives.
Taros. Where did the Taroses go? I was like, maybe that was just me like in 2v2, just expecting every team to be